Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Saloon Driver once again, bringing to you another unboxing and review of a watch that is not mine. This is another loan watch. This watch came to my friend Random Rob for review via the Roebuck Watch Company. And after Rob got done with it, he was kind enough to send this watch over to me to take a look at because I did express an interest in it. It was an interesting colorway and I wanted to take a look at it. It is a very nice watch. It is a diver. This is a prototype watch. This is not a watch that is at the moment that I'm making this, which is June of 2021. This watch is not in production. I'm not sure when production is actually. I believe it is supposed to be in July of 2021, but as these things happen, that might change. But from what I understand from both Rob and Guy Roebuck, the owner of the watch company, July 2021 is production time. I understand that this watch is fairly close to production status, but it is indeed a prototype. Pardon me. I don't know that this case is going to be the case that it comes in. This is what it came in when it showed up at my home. But here we have the Roebuck Scuba. And it's I really found the color combination, the kind of I don't know if it's anthracite or not, but gray bezel with sort of a what do they call this? They call this pink. Yeah, pink, or magenta. I don't know. I call it pink. They might be magenta. Different eyes see things differently. There are 3 different colorways. I'll go over that in a minute, but this was kind of an interesting colorway to me. I don't see too many watches with this colored dial. It is a di-bezel, unidirectional, of course. Definitely a 120 click bezel. Good lineup. Little bit of kickback on it, but when it finally settles in, it locks in very nicely. Simple 3-hand, no date dial, very clean. You have double indices at the 12, 3, 6, 9 position, single indices at the other positions. Very nice. I like this little detail here. I like this knurled crown and the matching knurling on the bezel. It makes gripping very easy. It is a screw down crown. As you can see, it disengages with it's not an audible pop, but you can definitely feel it through your fingers. There is no ghost position for a date, so this is just simple one pull. It hacks the movement, and then you can start setting the time. Push it back in, movement fires back up. Couple of quick pushing a couple of quick turns, and the screw down crown locks back in, gives you your full water resistance. Very nice artwork of a sea turtle on the back. It's very nicely done. It is a nice 3D effect. Very smooth though, so you're not cutting your fingers on it. Now, as everyone knows by now, and if you're not new to the channel, you know I am not a great fan of rubber straps nor silicone straps. This one isn't bad though. And it is fitted very nicely to the case. I'd probably leave it alone, or maybe I would fit it with if it will fit, I would probably fit it with a generic metal strap to keep the dive aesthetic going, but to get rid of the rubber. It is a deploy clasp, and you can change the anchoring points by messing around with the bottom here. It basically slides. It already came sized for me because it came from Random Rob, and Random Rob and I have essentially the same wrist size. I'm pretty sure that, I never really bothered to see how that worked. I think it goes maybe like this. Yeah, there you go. Unlocks there. You can see the pin for it, and then just slides around, engage it. And nice thing is the tail tucks under the clasp, so that when you put it on, which I'm going to do right now for you, you put it on, close her up, and you can adjust it on the fly, obviously, but when you close it up, the tail tucks nicely underneath. Very Omega-like, actually. I have an Omega Seamaster in my collection, does the same thing. And it disappears nicely and gives a nice clean look on the wrist. I like the clasp is very nice decoration. The logo on there. It's a double pusher to unlock it, and it secures very audibly. On my 7¼ inch wrist, it fits beautifully, as you can see. Almost no lug to it, obviously. It's basically lugless, I guess you could call it. The strap molds nicely into the case. Beautifully done. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could cut away the excess tail with the, you can cut on these striations there, but I'd leave it alone. Nice sharp edges. I guess this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, octagonal. Yeah, octagonal. Very, in a way, sort of echoes the Royal Oak aesthetic, but without the bolts, obviously. Beautifully done watch. It really is a very nicely done watch. Be interesting to see how well this watch sells. I think it's going to be a good seller. There are 3 different colorways, as I mentioned. I have that in my sheet of facts here. I will leave a link to their website, of course, in the description so you can check out the different colorways. There is, of course, this colorway, which is the pink or magenta, whatever you want to call it, dial with a gray insert. You have another one, which is basically the opposite of this. It's a gray dial with a red insert. And then the one that really interests me, and I may even buy it, I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about buying it, is a blue dial with an orange bezel insert. Go Gators. I'm a sucker for the orange and blue combination. I have quite a few of them myself, and there's always room for one more. I may just go ahead and pick one up, because it's not a bad looking watch. It really isn't. And the picture in orange and blue, it looks really, really nice. Anyway, going over the vital statistics of the watch, because everyone is interested in that. It is a very contemporary 42 millimeter diameter watch. It is 47.3 millimeter on the lug to lug. It's a 20 millimeter lug width, and you really only see that on the underside, but there it is right there. So if you wanted to take this fitted strap off and put something else on there, you just have to find something with a 20 millimeter width. And it is a very slim 11.75 millimeter thick, 300-meter water resistance, as you can see right there. So definitely a diver. You could take it in the water, swim with it, snorkel with it, dive with it. The dive bezel is going to function as a dive bezel should. As we all know, you line up the arrow or the pip or whatever you want to call it with the minute. The second your head goes under the water is when your dive starts. Not when you get to the bottom or some such nonsense like that. It's when the way I was trained, hey, maybe it's different now. I don't know, but I doubt it. When your head is wet, that's when your dive starts. That's when you start counting minutes, towards do I need to decompress or whatever. So that's why a dive bezel is useful. 120 click bezel, as I said. The insert is sapphire. You have a sapphire crystal, flat. It is a sandwich dial. As you can see, there is a three-dimensional aspect to it. And you have your choice of not really choice of movements. You have your choice of a date version or no date version. Now, a date version of this watch gets the date version gets the 9015 Miyota movement. The no date version, which is what this is the 90S5. So they're both Miyota movements. It's just a difference of whether you go date or no date. Now, the case and the clasp are 316L stainless. They are satin finish. Very nicely finished and very sharp. I mean, sharp in terms of the way they are. They're not actually going to cut you sharp, but sharp beveling all through the case. Like I said, very Royal Oak-like. Although I really doubt they take 9 hours to finish them, like the Royal Oak. Really a nice overall watch. The Miyota movement is Japanese movement. It's a solid movement. It's well established out there. It's very reliable. Keeps very good time. This watch has kept very good time over the several days that I've had it. It's easily serviced. So if the watch does go down and it's no longer under warranty, any competent watchmaker is going to be able to get a hold of parts for a Miyota movement, or hey, maybe it's more cost effective just to swap out the movement and be done with it. But either way, Miyota movements are easily serviced out there in the world. So just a really nice watch. I was really happy. This colorway isn't for me. I'm not going to walk around with a pink watch. That's not what I consider to be good looking for me, my aesthetic, if you will, the way I want a watch to look. I'm not a big fan of red watches or pink watches or magenta watches or anything like that. I'm more of a blue watch or green or black or gray. So this would not be my choice of watch for personal ownership, but I did wear it around for a couple of days. It really wears nicely. It's very comfortable. It keeps great time. Easy to read at a glance. And it does its job and does it very well and with a certain amount of elegance to it. And that's, a great thing to say about a watch. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to give this a definite recommendation. I think this is a watch you need to go over to Roebuck Watch's website, take a look at their offerings, and hey, maybe place an order. I think I'm going to. I'm grabbing the orange and blue, and most likely be a no date. So if you like this video, you found it to be informative, entertaining, useful, please click that thumbs up button for me. That does help with the YouTube search algorithms and helps draw people to the channel, which is always a good thing since I'm always trying to get the channel to grow. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to troll me or be a jackass in my comment section, I'm simply going to delete the comment and I'm going to block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm certainly glad you found the place. Lots of videos for you to look at, hundreds and hundreds of them, plenty of entertainment for you. All I ask in return for all that entertainment is before you leave the channel, and hopefully come back, please click the subscribe button. And when you do, don't forget to click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload new material, you will be alerted. And when I go and do a live stream, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or at other times during the week as time and opportunity avail themselves to me, you will be alerted to that as well. Meanwhile, it is still a crazy old world out there. So please be safe, be well, be happy. I'll see you in my next video.